college. How you doing, my brother? Hey, what's your name, bro? Jose Quan. Hey, real quick, you believe in God? Hey, let me ask you, how do we show we believe in God? Because God says that there's wicked among him. Huh? By spreading his word. All right. So what is the word that we got to spread? What is the word? Give me the word. Look, what are they getting you into? Are they getting you into like religion? What? Okay. Say again, I couldn't hear you. There's all kinds of confusion in the churches. What we teach is that we must come back to God's laws. Who is the we? Those people on that poster right there. The blacks, the Hispanics, the Native Americans. So what's your nationality? What do you identify as a race? Both of your parents are Mexican? So guess what, bro? According to the Bible, you're from the tribe of Issachar. Mexican was never our name that God has given us. We came from God's name as a curse, and we lost everything that we knew about God because we rejected his knowledge.
Right.
His knowledge is keeping his commandments. Right. So that's why I asked you, like, the person you dating, what are they putting you into? What they putting you on? What are they trying to get you into? So, okay, all praises. We're going to give you the word. Give me the word.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20.
Read it out.
To the law and to the testimony.
Read it again.
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
So he said to the law and to the testimony, right? So the subject is what? What are we reading about? The laws and testimonies. He said if they're not speaking according to that, there's no light in them. And he says that's the word. So anytime somebody tells you about the word, they're talking about the laws of God and the testimonies that are written therein. Right. They ain't talking about that. They ain't talking about the Bible. They're talking about lies. So you got to be careful with who is saying what.
Right.
If it's biblical or not.
That's right.
So do you believe in Christ, obviously, right? So what do our people, how do they identify Christ? What does he look like? If we got to spread the word, right? We got to show them what Christ is. Right? Right? But look, I'm going to tell you something. Before you can even teach somebody, your mind has to be clear enough to understand what's in this Bible. You can't teach nobody nothing if you ain't sober. You know what I'm saying? That's biblical. Hey, let me ask you, do drugs? Okay, you ain't smoking weed, are you? Because people don't consider that a drug. They say, oh, that's a herb. You smoke cigarettes? That's a drug, brother. That's a drug. Look, because you're my brother. I'm telling you, man. That's a drug at the end of the day. What is the causes if you smoke? You get look. You whisper. You get cancer.
Well, it's because I whisper because my zodiac sign is cancer.
Oh, we gotta talk about that, bro. Go to 1 Corinthians 3 and 16 real quick, man. Why do you smoke cigarettes? To ease your mind? All right, look. The Bible gives us solutions. The Bible tells us how to ease our mind.
What'd you say? They ain't subscribed yet. So what I'm doing all this teaching for and nobody's subscribing to the page? It's time for you to subscribe. Subscribe to IUIC Los Angeles page. Get up on the latest scriptures, the latest news, the things we bringing out, because it's here for you. All right?
How to come away from that stress. I'm going to show you something real quick. But first, you got to understand, cigarettes ain't going to do nothing for you. You hear me?
Right.
Read. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. We're reading the King James Bible. King James Bible. Read that.
This is the book of Corinthians.
Read it right.
This is the book of Corinthians. Chapter
1 Corinthians.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
So right now, Paul is teaching the people, the Israelites in the church of Corinth, y'all are the temple. Yeah, I'm giving you some context. We are the people, we're the Israelites. So we're doing the same thing Paul was doing.
Right.
He said, don't you know you the temple of God? The body that we're in, that's God's temple, brother. Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Now, earlier we were talking about that Spirit of God, right? The spirit is the scriptures written in the Bible. It ain't nobody in the church shaking and jiving, talking about all this glossolalia garbage. That's white supremacy. That's witchcraft.
Bring it
The
out.
Spirit of God is the scriptures with the laws and the testimonies. Remember the word. That's the Spirit. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God.
Now, he said if any man defiles that temple. What's the temple? Do you remember what we just talked about? What is the temple of God? The brothers and sisters that are blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all are God's temple.
That's right.
You hear what I'm saying? You're God's temple. Tribe of Issachar, what God calls you, the greatest people on the face of the earth. Nobody taught us that. He said if you defile it or if you destroy it, how do we destroy our bodies that
Bring it
God
out.
calls a temple? Hold on. Remember what we were talking about? Smoking, right? What does that do to your body? No. Listen to the question. It's very simple to be understood.
Bring it out.
What happens if you smoke cigarettes? What happens to your body, bro?
Teach.
It starts malfunctioning, right? What causes cancer? Nicotine, smoking the cigarettes, right? You get lung cancer. You get brain damage, right? Your body starts to deteriorate. You can die from that in the worst cases. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So guess what? If you defile it, right? If you kill your body slowly like that, read.
Him shall God destroy.
That's God's judgment. God's going to destroy you like that. Huh? Yeah, that's God's judgment. No. I want you to really listen, bro. I want you to really pay attention to this. That's an action. If you choose to harm yourself, really you messing with God's temple. My point is this. The body that we have right now that we're breathing, living, and doing what we got to do in the face of this earth, we're borrowing that from God. This ain't ours to keep. God's going to call it back sooner or later. But he says, if you don't take care of my body, you defile it, I'm going to judge you with death. And how he does that with smoking. How he does that with fornication. Are you married or you got a girlfriend? Guess what? That's fornication according to the Bible. And you may have not known that. My brothers and sisters right here might have not known that. But we got to show you so you can be right with the Lord. Because real quick, give me 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. Isaac, you speak English? Okay, what's your nationality? Are you Mexican, Hispanic? You're what? You're American, but what is your are you of Hispanic descent? Zebulon, Issachar. No. Juan, you said you believe in God. You got to get this word, so I want everybody to pay attention. We just learned, my brother right here, young men and lady, young sister, we just learned that our bodies belong to the Lord.
Right.
And we can't play around with it. We were taught this all our lives. And this is why we respect these people when they kill us on the streets, right? But we don't love our own people. God says that we're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That lack of knowledge is, I'm going to say this for example. We don't understand that cigarettes is against God. We got to be sober. If any one of y'all are in the midst of smoking, you are in the midst of sin.
Bring it out.
God says you got to take care of his body that he gave you.
Bring it out.
You hear what I'm saying? Like my youngest sister right here. God says that the princesses of the Most High got to wear modest dresses. Somebody got to be teaching you that. The older sisters got to show you that. Our young men can't be playing around with girlfriends and having sex all the time. They got to be taught how to marry and take care of your household. You hear what I'm saying? Go to Hebrews 13 and 4. Because we're talking about that. You have a boyfriend, my sister? My brother right here, you got a girlfriend? Okay, check this out, because this is for you brothers. You got a girlfriend? Check this out, read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
And it don't mean just because you don't have a girlfriend, you ain't sexing somebody. You might have a sneaky link, but this is for you. Read.
Marriage is honorable.
He said what?
Marriage is honorable in all.
What did God just say was honorable? Marriage is honorable, right? What does honorable mean? Who knows what that word means? My younger brother right here, what's your name? Huh? Gino, what does honorable mean? Nah, look, we don't normally have that in our vocabulary, but it means to respect.
Bring it
Have
up.
integrity. A lot of our people don't understand that. We got to learn to have integrity and respect. And God says marriage is respectable above all. Read.
And the bed undefiled.
And then he says it's undefiled. Remember, we can't be defiled in our temple, right? When you defile that bed, that means that you're not honoring marriage. You're having sex with everybody. God don't like it because look what he says. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers.
He said what?
But whoremongers and adulterers.
What's an adulterer? Who can tell me that? Someone that has a lot of sex, all right. What about you? Somebody that be having sex, somebody that be sleeping outside of their marriage, right? That's adultery.
Bring it out.
He said whoremongers. Those that be having sex with multiple people, right? Listen up, listen up, listen up. Read. Sister, hold your peace. Listen.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
He said God's going to judge you.
That's right.
God's going to judge you. Hey, let me ask y'all something real quick. What happens if you have sex with somebody, right? What happens? What can happen? Huh? Nah, man, think about it. If you have sex with somebody, what comes with it?
Wake them up.
You can have that person pregnant, a child, right? And if they not married, then what happens?
Bring it out.
Think about it. In a lot of our communities, we reverence and we honor baby daddies, baby mamas. People be having illegitimate children outside of wedlock. But understand this. What's your name, bro? Daniel. Before you go, what's your tribe? Do you remember? What's your race? Huh? So you're from the tribe of Zebulon. I understand, as Israelites, we got to come back to God and we got to learn this isn't Christ. Christ is a black man according to the Bible. And that's why there's a lot of divide in our community. We got to know this because blacks and Hispanics, we got to understand we're the same people.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.